Hello there, welcome to Sports Palace. If you are new to this channel, make sure you subscribe, comment, and also click on notification bell to get notified anytime we drop new content. The Black Stars of Ghana have qualified to the next round of the qualifying series of the 2020 World Cup in Qatar, and they did that in a very tight fashion after Captain Andre Morgan Ayew's goal on the 33rd minute. That was a penalty though. After Daniel Amate was brought down in the 18-yard box following a corner kick from the right-hand side of the pitch. Now Ghana have qualified to the next phase. We are now waiting for all the 10 teams to qualify. Most of them have qualified, but some are yet to qualify as well. So all the matches will be played on Tuesday. That's when we will know the teams that have qualified so far, and then the pairing, and also which team Ghana are going to face in the next phase of the qualification series. But let me quickly run by you the teams that have qualified so far. Ghana have qualified, Morocco have also qualified, Senegal, Egypt, Mali, they've all qualified. Now we are waiting for Algeria, Nigeria, Tunisia, and Cameroon. It's likely they're going to qualify, and also Ivory Coast as well, because some of them need just a draw, a point, or maximum 3 points to qualify for the next phase of the qualifying series. So this is how it actually looks like. But let's come back to Ghana and look at their player ratings. I mean, a lot of people have been saying that yes, the game was so flat and all that. Ghana's performance was very, very flat. But of course, there are some players that put out some exceptional performances. So let's quickly start from the goalkeeper, Jojo Wallacott. Sports Palace will rate him 8/10. Why? Because he was the most underrated goalkeeper for Ghana in recent years after coming on to play for us against Zimbabwe in the back-to-back matches before the one against Ethiopia in tonight's match. There were some spectacular saves that he made, for Ghana in tonight's game, and for the fact that he also kept his coy in the game, and he was also, aggressive with his reflexes and how he distributes the ball and how he commands for the ball as well, and keeping clean sheets against a team that needed a draw to seal them through to the next phase of the qualifying series. So it is fair to give him 8/10. Now we move to fullback Andy Yiadom. The game against Ethiopia, he was quite shaky with Joseph Edu as well in the back line. Their side was a bit shaky, low in confidence and all that. But I think today he actually grew in the game. He gave us some solid performances here and then, couple of moments. He made, that tight corner his own, and also man possession as well, and gave a lot of space for himself, and then made some couple of interceptions. Although it wasn't an exceptional though, but there were some few moments that he proved himself better than what we saw against Ethiopia. So we think 7/10 wouldn't be bad at all for him. So we are rating Andy Yiadom 7/10. Now another fullback, Baba Abdulrahman. Today he was on top of his game. Baba under Sike Akono, he was a bit sloppy in his play, but I think under Coach Milovan Rajevac is giving us what we should expect from him as a player, and what we saw from him when he was playing for Ghana pre his long-term injury. So in tonight's game, he actually gave us some spectacular performance. So for Baba Rahman, we're going to give him 7.5/10. He was wonderful today. Now Daniel Amate, has been one pillar at the back, and he also played quite well with Jiku as the two center halves, and they actually manned the possession very well. There were times when the South Africans were quick enough, tried to break through the back line, but they remain very, very solid and compact, and that was huge, and his influence was that huge, coupled with the penalty that came in. For player being brilliant enough to know that yes, once there's a contact, even though that contact wasn't too much or too aggressive or too clear for people to see, but at least there was a contact, or there was a push or a tap from the opponent, and he was smart enough to go down at that crucial moment, and the referee gave Ghana awarded the penalty to Ghana, which eventually became the goal for us to win all 3 points in that particular match. So for Daniel Amate, 8.5 wouldn't be bad. 8.5 wouldn't be bad for his performance. Now Alexander Jiku, wow, what a player. I think we actually missed his services in the game against Ethiopia due to accumulated yellow cards. And that was the main reason why Joseph Edu was given a chance to partner Daniel Amate. But you could clearly tell in our game against Ethiopia that yes, that center half wasn't solid enough. But tonight's game, Alexander Jiku and Amate gave us some exceptional display. I mean, keeping Tau off the game. Couple of times they will bring the game, and then these two players will know who to go in first for the first balls and who to lay back for the second balls. And I think the coordination, the communication between Amate and Jiku was on top, and Jiku tonight actually played a wonderful game. So I think giving him 9 wouldn't be bad. From what I saw, the display, I think 9 for Alexander Jiku, it's not a bad rating. Now Baba Idrisu, I think for the first time he has given us some promising display, because there were times when he gave us some average performances here and there, maybe probably due to the fact that we pair him with an offensive player more. Remember in the game against Zimbabwe, we paired him with Andre Dede Ayew, deep defensive midfielder with an offensive player, Dede Ayew. That was the game in the game against Zimbabwe. In the game against Ethiopia, we paired him with Kudus as the defensive midfielders. And Kudus, we all know, is not a defensive midfielder. He's more like an offensive player, playing as an axis or as a registrar or as a number 10. So, a creative number 10. So, that was a bit shaky. And we saw what actually transpired in the game against Zimbabwe, especially the first half. That of Ethiopia, the same thing when he paired with Kudus. It was very difficult for him. The Ethiopians were actually dominated. They dominated the midfield for a very long time, and we were struggling. We were so flat. Ghana was so flat to, contain them. But in tonight's game with Wakasu, an aggressive attacker who enters into play, enters a break into the opponent's play for the first ball, or going into the first ball, so in the first approach to get the ball or win the ball from the opponent. I think it actually gave him a bit of stability, and that helped him to also shield the back as well. So it's better to give Baba Idrisu 7/10. Now let's go to Mobara Wakasu, an exceptional workaholic player. Workaholic on the day. Very, very workaholic. Throughout the entire 90 minutes, he covered more spaces than any other player on the field. And that tells clearly the kind of work rate he brings into the team. So for Mubarak Wakasu, 9.5, because today there was little mistakes to his game. We know him to playing those long balls and all that, but in tonight's game there were times when he created serious chances for Chire and also Jordan Ayew with his long balls, but it was quite unfortunate that those balls were wasted. So Mubarak Wakasu, I think 9.5 wouldn't be bad at all. Now let's move to the next player. Kudus, we can't rate him because he left the game very, very early due to injury, so we couldn't see much of him. Now Kofi Chire, too many at times we've seen him giving us average performance, but I think today he put himself into the game quite well than we've seen him before. Although yes, there were times when he could have easily doubled the numbers for Ghana, but he wasted that opportunity. So I think 6.5 wouldn't be bad for Kofi Chire. After all, that's the kind of performance we've been seeing from him. Very average, not too of exceptional, very flat as well a couple of times. So yeah, it's okay to give him 6.5. Now we move to Jordan Ayew. I always say this, well, people can disagree with me, but the thing is, Jordan Ayew is not that player that you have to play him as a standing number 9. He's not a standing number 9 player, because he can't give you that standing number 9 kind of play. But what he does the most is holding much onto play, holding much more onto the ball and involving the players around him. And when you give him free road to play, he can be running and winning you more balls and more fouls. And today, he actually put himself much more into the game. Although there was no goal from him, there was time when he scored a couple of chances here and there. But I think for Jordan Ayew today, we should give him a tap at the back. He actually played well today. So 7.5/10. 7.5/10. It wouldn't be bad for Jordan Ayew. And then Dede Ayew, obviously his goal gave us the win, and that was the only goal of the game. So he also gets 9.5 from our ratings. Today he was one of the brilliant individuals we saw on the field of play. So that is it for Andre Morgan, Dede Ayew. And today he actually made his 100th appearance for Ghana, 100 caps for Ghana, and celebrating it with a bang. That was a goal. There's not too much you can say about that Bantu give him that particular rating and the kind of performance he put out for us today. So 9.5 for Dede Ayew. Now we move to Kamaldeen Sulemana. I always say that Kamaldeen's composure has always been his problem. There's no composure to his game. There was a time when dribble past 3 players, he could have easily added a bit of composure and a bit of technique to get us a goal by balloon the ball to somewhere else. The same thing he did against Ethiopia as well. For such player, yes, he actually creates spaces, creates chances, but his finishing, there's much more he needs to work on his finishing, especially in the 18-yard box. How he will add composure to his game and much more technique to get us a goal. So for Kamaldeen Sulemana, let's give him 7. Yeah, 7 for the work he did today. And Richmond Boachi Adam, he came into the game, at the last end, not really too much of a good performance, though he was so flat in the match. So, 4 over 10 would be good for me. So, that's it with our power rating on Sports Palace in the Ghana Blasters game against South Africa today. Remember, Ghana are through to the final round, and we are waiting for the opponent that Ghana will face, whether indeed Ghana can be able to go past such opponents and qualify for the Mundial next year. So that is it. If you are new to this channel, make sure you comment what you think about our rating. Do you think we are being fair to other players or not being fair to other players as well? Just feel free and drop in your comments. Plus, what do you think about the penalty? Was it really a penalty or it wasn't a penalty? Just feel free and let us know. And make sure you subscribe to our channel. Click on the notification bell to get notified anytime we drop any content. Peace out.